The Japanese philosopher Yanagi Suetsu once said, "Make beautiful things. Make things to be used. Eliminate anything that is unnecessary." Is simplicity the key to good design? These are some of the questions I'm going to be discussing with prolific designer and architect Oki Sato. Oki Sato is known for working on roughly 400 projects at a time. His playful yet simple style has made him one of the world's most in-demand designers. I'm on my way to his Nendo studio in the heart of Tokyo to find out what drives him to design. Hello, Oki. Good to see you.
Very nice meeting you.
How are you?
Good. Please come in.
What does a day in the life of Oki Sato look like?
Basically, I wake up, I eat, I design, drink coffee, and sleep, and that's it, I guess. Designers are kind of close to a chef. Some designers enjoy working on certain kind of vegetables or kind of meat or whatever, but I'm more like a mother trying to cook something, and you open the refrigerator and you find bits and pieces of things, and then you just come up with new ideas. So I want to design things really.
Do you have a bigger white surface? Right, good, perfect. That's gonna look really cool.
We want the lighting mainly up above the house in the middle.
I think we should have like a grid so that we can control.
I'm really totally addicted to design. When I start sketching, when I see physical mock-ups, when I see my products in the stores, all these moments are so magical for me. I've been studying architecture for 6 years, and I really didn't understand what design was all about. I visited Milan, the design fair. Like, architects were designing teacups, and interior designers were designing cars, and everyone was very borderless. I felt that this was the place that I wanted to be. I start from sketches, like a stupid manga sketch. The simpler, the better, I guess. And then we move on directly into 3D modeling, whether if it's a small chewing gum or an architectural project, it's all the same to me.
Do you agree in principle with the famous Dieter Rams maxim, less but better?
It's not about minimalism, but the idea has to be very simple. Less is better, less is more. But in my case, an object has to be functional, but has to be fun, because the word fun is inside of function. I guess I'm not really interested in colors or aesthetics, but it's the story behind the object. An object has to be talkative. It has to tell an interesting story. I want to have my ideas to be like sushi or sashimi, I guess. Fresh, you just cut the raw fish and then you serve. You should not hold your ideas too long, or you should not love your ideas too much.
How and where do you find inspiration as a designer?
I like to repeat things every day. I walk my dog the same route. I drink the same coffee. When you repeat things, you start to notice the slight differences in everyday life. I feel that these become idea sources. A project has to be environmentally friendly, it has to be user-friendly. It's one of the most important factors that you have to think about when you are a designer. One of the projects that I worked on quite recently was a zipper. We came up with 5 different zippers, crossing, or a zipper that you can open and close 3 different fabrics. There's so many space for new ideas, or even these simple and everyday objects. Making things better is design. We cannot work on 300 projects without our 3D printers in our studio, but technology is very dangerous at the same time. Technology allows you to create things beyond your imagination, and then you start to lose the most important thing of design, which is the core idea. I think technology is about making things flat and smooth and making things perfect. And what makes people interesting is that people are not perfect. perfection makes things boring in the end. So I think the next step for technology is how to make them not smart, but stupid in the end. Maybe making pleasant mistakes. There is a capsule toy figure, which is kind of famous. It's kind of popular in Japan. Capsule contains a small figure inside. So you have to make it by yourself.
Yeah. So it's a toy that encourages a child to be a designer?
In a way, yes. Quite recently, we made a picture book for children as well.
Okay.
And the main character is a mug cup. So it's about explaining what a handle is, or what the rim is, or how to see things from a different point of view. And then the cup starts to think, how can we stir the coffee in the mug cup?
Self-aware. Very dangerous. The book maintains that minimal aesthetic, but with that whimsical, playful nature. I think it's brilliant.
So it's always about solving problems in a very pleasant way, in a fun way.
You bring a lot of emotion into what you do.
So, of course, function is important, but in the end, it's all about emotions, and you're definitely right.
You have a very close working relationship with the fashion legend
Issey
Miyake, yes. One of the most incredible designers ever to grace the planet. How did that come about?
He said that there was so much paper thrown away, and I want you to design a chair for me. And I was in a total panic. I just received the roll of thrown away paper from the factory, and then I cut and peeled, and in the end, it became something like a chair. I told Mr. Miyake that this is not finished. I have to complete this. And he said that, no, you have to stop here. When you feel that it's completed, it's done, it's finished. That opened up a lot of doors for myself, a lot of freedom for me. Sometimes an idea for a mobile phone ends up for an interior design, or an idea for architecture ends up as a chair. Designers should go with the flow in the end.
Would you have any advice for the designers of the future?
Choose the first idea. You start from a single idea. You think, maybe this is better, or I can make it better this way. And then you go all the way and you end up in the first idea. So when you get lost in a project, choose the first one, because it's the correct one.